All right, so we've got the record button on. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to IGTV. This is a production of New York City Metro InfraGard Members Alliance. For those of you first viewing, we have Richard Horowitz on the line with us, and Richard gives us our terrorism awareness each and every week. He's an attorney, accomplished attorney, private investigator, and a former member of the IDF. And today we're going to be going into a couple of things. First of which is the U.S. Supreme Court won't hear the Fort Dix plot appeal. That I have a lot of interest in. That was totally preventable. Go ahead, Rich. Take it away.
Yes, the Supreme Court decided not to hear the appeal of the Fort Dix terrorists. This was a recent decision. You can be convicted, appeal, lose, and then you can appeal to the Supreme Court. But the Supreme Court doesn't have to take the appeal, take the case. I mean, thousands of people must appeal to the Supreme Court every year, and they take under 100 cases a year. Fort Dix plot was several years ago. 6 men were arrested. They had no connection or influence from outside overseas entities. They were arrested trying to blow up and kill hundreds of people at Fort Dix military base. 4 were sentenced to life. 1 was sentenced to 33 years, and another was sentenced to 5 years. The reason they were caught was that they went to someone to publish a film and of them practicing military techniques and screaming jihad slogans. He reported that to the authorities. They did an undercover operation, and they were arrested, convicted, sentenced, appealed, lost, and now their attorney wants to appeal to the Supreme Court on the argument that the technicalities regarding the type of surveillance, electronic surveillance that was done on them was unconstitutional. So he's not challenging whether they were guilty or not of the actual plot, but the constitutionality of the surveillance techniques, which is a routine, argument to make before a court.
Yeah, but the fruit of the poisonous tree.
Yeah, the Supreme Court turned down the case. Yeah. Next case we had recently was a New York City accountant was pleaded guilty to financing terror operations, to providing material support to Al-Qaeda. So Sabrihan Hassanov traveled greatly throughout the Middle East, numerous countries. He was an accountant here, worked at one point at PricewaterhouseCoopers, got a $50,000 from an Al-Qaeda source in Yemen to provide material support, all sorts of technological devices to Al-Qaeda. And the prosecutor said that his aim was to further technologically advance, to provide technological assistance to Al-Qaeda to make them obviously more efficient. He pled guilty. And a Virginia man who actually used to live in Brooklyn, Virginia man Mufad Murad, was charged with on a plot for smuggling cash to Hezbollah. He owned a car store. His idea was to fill the tires of the car with cash and to ship the car along with the cash overseas. And FBI got wind of it and monitored him and did an undercover operation, and he was caught and charged. Finally, there is a very interesting report put out by an Israeli think tank on the relationship between Al-Qaeda and Iran and its effects both in the Middle East and beyond, based on the documents that the SEAL team found at the Bin Laden compound. If you go online, www.terrorism-info.org.il, and click on Al-Qaeda, you will get a copy of that report based on the documents found at the Bin Laden compound.
All right. That is very, very interesting. And we're talking about the memory clip of the week. coming up, and that's going to be 3450. Do you want to give a short description of that? We'll take a commercial break right after that, and then we'll bring you back for the second segment.
Yeah, the memory clip is 3450 is the dean of Quranic studies at the Islamic University of Gaza, saying in an interview that they hope to conquer Andalusia, meaning Spain, and to raise the banner of the caliphate over the Vatican, which he calls the Rome of today. So that tells you what their ultimate goal is. If they succeed in their minds, if they succeed in Gaza, they're not going to retire. They have future plans after that.
Take it right to Rome. Okay. Rich will be back in just